All fans of women's UFC have heard of Valentina Shevchenko. She's the MMA fighter that just can't seem to lose. The flyweight champion has held the title since 2018, when she defeated strawweight champion Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and she hasn't lost since. Maybe she never will, but not if Lauren Murphy's got something to say about it. You see, Valentina's been winning for a really long time. She joined the flyweight class ever since the UFC created, and before that, she used to compete in the bantamweights. Back then, she faced off against current champ Amanda Nunes twice and gave her a tough time, the Bullet versus the Lioness, but ultimately lost as it wasn't her proper weight class. Since changing classes, she's fought and defeated the likes of Jessica Ai, Jennifer Maia, and even Lauren Murphy. Her last fight was also her only one of last year, given the lack of opponents both in her weight class of 125 pounds and willing to face the 34-year-old fighter. She competed against Brazilian fighter Santos and won on points by a split decision. It was a close match, and fans were on the edge of their seats. In the end, Valentina successfully managed to defend her title, but it was a fight many thought she would end up losing, and more importantly, it exposed a crack in her armor. The champ's record is currently 23-3, with 8 of those wins being straight knockouts.
Shevchenko's gaining more and more confidence every time she lands one of her strikes.
Well, and you heard Joe Murphy say to Lauren, oh, straight right hand, kick, Murphy on the...
And 7 other of them coming after her opponent submitted. She's only lost twice, both to Nunes at bantamweight. Her current winning streak is 9 matches. Phew. But it seems not everybody is rooting for that streak to continue, because Lauren Murphy thinks that Shevchenko's reign could soon be brought to an end. Murphy is well aware of the other fighter's reputation as unbeatable, being someone who's faced off against the champ and lost. However, she still thinks she has a shot. The two faced off in the ring at UFC 266, where Shevchenko defeated Murphy in a 4th-round KO. Savage. Weirdly though, the fight right after that almost cost her her title. It was a fateful Santos fight. This match showed the previously cowed fighters that the bigger they are, the harder they fall, and it seems that's Murphy's goal. She thinks the other fighter isn't so untouchable anymore, and her recent fumble against the Brazilian fighter gave her hope of avenging her loss.
For like the energy that they bring to all the events, and like I love it. I love to come in and like be the villain and be the underdog and like spoil people's plans and spoil their party. And so
I thought Talia won that fight, she said press junket to a reporter from MMA Junkie. I think it definitely showed Valentina Shevchenko was human. Everyone is beatable, she added. She explained that everyone has good days and bad days, and nobody wins forever in a sport like MMA. I can't disagree with that, but it seems like someone's lying in wait, just waiting for their chance to beat Valentina Shevchenko. Watch out, girl. Lauren Murphy went further, referring to Valentina directly to say the following.
And I want to fight the winner of that fight. That fight's probably for #1 contender. I want to come in and I want to beat the #1 contender. I'm not done until I say I'm done.
I just don't think Valentina's different from any other human being on the planet. She's not going to win forever. She's not going to be the champ forever. She definitely faced some adversity in her last fight, and I think everybody noticed, she said regarding the Santos fight. Santos has been the only person so far to give Shevchenko any trouble though. So is Murphy just banking too much on a single fight? That fight that Shevchenko ended up winning, by the way. On the other hand, this could signal the beginning of the end for Valentina. Either way, her recent actions have both fans and critics alike waiting with bated breath to see what the MMA star does next in the UFC. At UFC 285, Shevchenko is going against Alexa Grasso, and a lot of people are secretly hoping it'll show her fumble again and confirm what the Santos fight seemed to suspect. For her fans though, her win is inevitable, just like in all her previous fights, and they're just grateful for any opportunity to see her in action. Some fans on Reddit reacted to the news of the Grasso pair-up with comments like,
the training was super hard, the fight was hard too, she's a tough warrior. But I think we did the great job, I think I did everything I trained for.
Like another free W for Valentina, and I'm just glad we get to see Valentina fight again. You can say that again. One fan even went as far as to say, to me, this is a Valentina said she's ready for a paycheck, book her a fight situation though. And I don't expect Grasso to have any success against someone who can do everything she can, only better. Now those are fighting words if I've ever seen any. It may seem harsh, but well, she isn't called the Bullet for nothing. Shevchenko herself has been itching for a fight and went on the news recently to declaring that she's willing to go against her fellow champions Amanda Nunes and Weili Zhang in super fights. She was even willing to go back to the octagon last December, but didn't get a chance to do so because nobody was available to fight her. She's that deprived of a worthy opponent. Man, heavy is the head that wears the crown, huh? The Shevchenko-Grasso match is set to be the second championship bout in March, with Shevchenko risking her championship title in a fight with brand new challenger Alexa Grasso. Shevchenko, who'd been looking for a suitable opponent in her own weight class, is as excited as her fans and is aiming for her 10th straight win and 8th title defense. She's the favorite to win, with the odds heavily stacked in her favor. Meanwhile, after 4 consecutive victories, this is Grasso's first shot at the title. Her consecutive wins are impressive, considering she just moved from strawweight to flyweight. Could this be the fight that topples Shevchenko's crown? Could Alexa Grasso be the next UFC flyweight champion? Well, let's get to know her first.
Really happy and blessed and thankful with the UFC for this opportunity. This means a lot because they trust in my job.
Grasso is from Guadalajara, Mexico, and the 29-year-old contender for the belt moved up a weight division after a loss to Carla Esparza, the former strawweight champion. Since then, she's fought and defeated Macy Barber, Ji-Yoon Kim, and Joanna Wood, and the latest in her string of wins was her triumph against Viviane Araujo, who's also competing. This happened during her very first UFC main event just last October. Talk about a first impression. She only joined the UFC in 2017, so it hasn't been that long. Her previous record was an impressive 8-0, undefeated. In her second UFC-assigned fight, though, she lost to Felice Herrig, the first in a 2-3 string. But like the pro that she is, she recovered quickly. Since 2020, she's remained unbeaten and quickly climbed her way through the ranks to become the 5th highest-ranking women's flyweight in the entire UFC. Sheesh, talk about a worthy opponent. In fact, Shevchenko herself has stated that she wants to go against either Alexa Grasso or Manon Fiorot for her next title defense, and it looks like her wish came true. Fiorot could have taken her place in the fight, but had to undergo surgery after her last hard-won fight, giving Grasso the space to move in. The match is fast approaching, set for March 4th in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. Tune in on pay-per-view, MMA fans. You don't want to miss it. It's intended to be the main event, alongside a title fight between heavyweight champion John Jones and Cyril Gane, as well as 10 other fights, so tensions are rising throughout the event. So that's all we have for you today on Valentina Shevchenko's upcoming fight against Grasso in the women's UFC and what Lauren Murphy has to say about her. See you in the next vid.